Have you ever noticed how sometimes the moment you finally stop fighting life, life begins to soften toward you? It's almost funny. You spend weeks worrying, stressing, overthinking every little thing, rehearsing imaginary arguments in the shower like you're preparing for an Olympic event nobody asked for. And then one morning you wake up, breathe deeply, and something inside you whispers, maybe everything is actually working in my favor. And my dear friend, that whisper changes everything. Because what if the delays were not punishment? What if the confusion was not failure? What if the closed doors were protection? What if life has been quietly rearranging itself for your good this entire time? I want you to take a deep breath with me right now, slowly, and say softly inside your heart, everything is working in my favor now. Again, everything is working in my favor now. You don't have to force yourself to believe it immediately. Sometimes healing begins simply because we are willing to entertain a kinder thought. That is enough. That is where miracles begin. I know what it feels like to wake up already tired before the day even starts. To open your eyes and immediately remember the bills, the responsibilities, the unanswered messages, the uncertainty, the heartbreak, the pressure. Some mornings your mind starts running before your feet even touch the floor. It's like your brain drank 3 cups of coffee before you did. I understand that feeling deeply. There was a season in my own life when I felt like nothing was moving. I was trying so hard to fix everything. I thought if I worried enough, planned enough, controlled enough, somehow life would finally cooperate with me. Oh, I was exhausting myself, completely exhausting myself. And one morning I looked at myself in the mirror with tears in my eyes, and I said, sweetheart, you cannot heal your life while bullying yourself through it. That moment changed me. I began practicing gentleness. Not perfection, gentleness. And slowly, little by little, my life began responding differently. Because the energy we carry into the morning matters. The words we repeat matter. The way we speak to ourselves matters. You are listening to this for a reason today. You did not arrive here by accident. Something inside you is ready to release struggle and receive support. So right now, let your shoulders relax. Unclench your jaw. Yes, even that little tension right there between your eyebrows. I know, life has had you making that face lately. Breathe and repeat after me slowly. Life loves me. The universe supports me. I am safe. I am guided. Everything is unfolding at the perfect time. Everything is working in my favor now. Good. Again. Everything is working in my favor now. There is something powerful that happens when we stop speaking against ourselves. Many people wake up and immediately begin affirming disaster without realizing it. Oh, great. Another stressful day. Nothing ever works out for me. I'm so behind. I can't do this. My life is a mess. And then they wonder why they feel heavy all day. My love, your words are seeds. And every morning, your mind is fertile soil. What are you planting there? Today, we plant peace. Today, we plant trust. Today, we plant expectation for good things. You do not need to know exactly how your blessings will arrive. You only need to become available for them. That changes the whole energy. Instead of waking up expecting struggle, you begin waking up expecting support. You begin saying things like, something beautiful could happen to me today. Opportunities are finding me now. Solutions are appearing now. I trust the timing of my life. I deserve good things without exhaustion. And yes, at first your mind may resist. It may roll its eyes dramatically like a teenager in a family movie. That's okay. Smile anyway. Keep going anyway. Because the old voice inside you was trained through repetition. The new voice will also be trained through repetition. Be patient with yourself. You are not failing because you still have doubts. You are growing. There is a difference. I want you to think about how often you have survived things you once thought would destroy you. Remember that? That heartbreak you thought you would never recover from. That disappointment, that lonely season, that financial stress, that betrayal, that uncertainty, and yet here you are, still breathing, still trying, still hoping. That is strength. Sometimes we overlook our own resilience because we are too busy focusing on what still needs fixing. But today, I want you to honor yourself. You have come farther than you realize. Even getting out of bed some mornings was an act of courage. Some people think healing is always glamorous and spiritual and peaceful. Oh no. Sometimes healing looks like crying while folding laundry. Sometimes healing looks like saying, I need a minute. Sometimes healing looks like eating toast for dinner, because emotionally that's all you could manage. And honestly, that still counts. Be kinder to yourself. You are learning. You are becoming. You are unfolding. Now place your hand over your heart for a moment if you can. Feel your heartbeat. That heartbeat is evidence that life has not given up on you. Life is still flowing through you. Possibility is still flowing through you. New beginnings are still flowing through you. Say this slowly. I release the belief that life is against me. I release the need to struggle for my worth. I release fear and welcome peace. I trust that things are improving now. Everything is working in my favor now. Beautiful. You know, sometimes we delay our own joy because we keep waiting for external proof before allowing ourselves to feel hopeful. We say, I'll relax when the money comes. I'll feel better when everything is fixed. I'll trust life after I see results. But peace is not meant to be a reward you earn after suffering long enough. Peace is your natural state. And when you choose peace first, you begin making clearer decisions. You attract healthier experiences. You notice opportunities you were too stressed to see before. Stress narrows vision. Peace expands it. I remember once losing an opportunity I desperately wanted. I was devastated, truly devastated. I spent days convinced that life was unfair. I dramatically stared out windows like I was in a music video. Completely unnecessary, by the way. But months later, I realized that disappointment protected me from something that would have drained me emotionally and spiritually. What I thought was rejection was actually redirection. How many times has that happened in your own life? How many things didn't work out only for something better to eventually appear? Sometimes the blessing arrives disguised as a delay. That's why today we choose trust, not blind denial. Not pretending life is perfect, but trust. The kind of trust that says, even if I cannot see the full picture yet, I believe good things are unfolding for me. That is powerful. And listen carefully to this. You do not need to chase everything. Some things are meant to find you. Love can find you. Opportunities can find you. Healing can find you. Joy can find you. Alignment can find you. Stop exhausting yourself trying to force every door open. The right doors will open naturally. The right people will recognize your value naturally. The right path will become clearer naturally. Your job is not to control the entire universe before breakfast. Your job is to align your energy with peace. Honestly, some of you are carrying emotional backpacks filled with old guilt, old shame, old disappointment, old stories about why you are not enough. And you've been carrying them for so long you forgot you could put them down. Today, put them down. You are allowed to begin again. You are allowed to outgrow old pain. You are allowed to stop identifying with struggle. You are allowed to believe that life can become softer. Say this with me now. I no longer expect the worst. I expect support. I expect healing. I expect abundance. I expect clarity. I expect joyful surprises. Everything is working in my favor now. Again, everything is working in my favor now. Feel the difference in your body when you say that. Feel the space it creates. Your nervous system has been through enough. Your heart has been through enough. Let this morning become a turning point, not because everything outside changes instantly, but because something inside changes first. That is where transformation begins. Inside, always inside. The outer world often mirrors the conversation happening within us. If your inner dialogue is constantly harsh, fearful, hopeless, critical, exhausted, life starts feeling heavy. But when your inner voice becomes loving, supportive, encouraging, hopeful, you begin experiencing life differently. You begin noticing beauty again, the sunlight through the window, a stranger's kindness, a moment of laughter, a new idea, a tiny breakthrough, a sense of possibility returning. Those little moments matter. Never underestimate small shifts. A tiny change in direction can eventually lead you to an entirely different life. So this morning, instead of asking, what if everything goes wrong, ask yourself, what if everything finally starts going right? What if the opportunities are closer than I think? What if my breakthrough is already unfolding? What if this season is preparing me for joy? What if life is becoming kinder to me? Stay with that feeling, breathe into it, and remember, you are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not broken. You are becoming, and my dear friend, becoming takes time. Now imagine beginning each morning without immediately carrying yesterday into today. What a gift that would be. So many people wake up and instantly reopen emotional files they should have closed hours ago. They replay conversations, mistakes, disappointments, worries, and fears before they even drink water. No wonder they feel emotionally exhausted by 9 a.m. But today is different. Today we gently interrupt that cycle. Today we choose a new inner conversation. Right now, I want you to picture yourself standing at the doorway of a brand new day. Behind you is all the heaviness you no longer need to carry. Ahead of you is fresh energy, fresh possibilities, fresh opportunities, fresh peace. And you do not have to earn this new beginning. You simply have to allow it. Breathe deeply, slowly, and say softly, I welcome a new beginning. I release yesterday. I trust today. Everything is working in my favor now. Good. Again, everything is working in my favor now. You know, one of the greatest acts of self-love is learning not to panic when life feels uncertain. Oh, I know that's easier said than done sometimes. Especially when your bills are looking at you aggressively. Especially when your goals seem delayed. Especially when everyone online appears to have their life together while you're standing in your kitchen wondering why you walked in there in the first place. By the way, if you've ever opened the refrigerator 3 times hoping new answers would appear, welcome to being human. We are all figuring this out. But uncertainty does not mean failure. Sometimes uncertainty simply means you are standing in the middle of transformation. A seed buried underground probably feels confused too. Imagine being a little seed down there thinking, excuse me, why is everything dark and uncomfortable? Not realizing it is becoming something beautiful. That may be exactly where you are right now. You are not buried. You are planted. There is a difference. Your life may be preparing to bloom in ways you cannot yet see. That is why we must protect our energy during difficult seasons. The words you speak during uncertainty become especially important. Instead of saying, I'm stuck, try saying, I'm in transition. Instead of, nothing is happening, try, things are unfolding behind the scenes. Instead of, I'll never figure this out, try, the answers are coming to me at the perfect time. Do you feel how much softer that is? Your spirit responds to kindness. Your nervous system responds to gentleness. Healing grows better in love than in fear. And please remember this. You are not required to have your entire future figured out this morning. You only need to take the next loving step. That's all. Sometimes we overwhelm ourselves trying to solve 10 years of life in one anxious afternoon. No wonder we're tired. Slow down. Life is not a race. And honestly, if it were a race, half of us would stop midway for snacks and emotional support anyway. Be gentle with yourself. You are learning how to trust again. That matters. You are learning how to stop expecting disaster. That matters. You are learning how to believe that good things can happen for you too. That matters deeply. For so long, many people have unconsciously bonded with struggle. They have lived in survival mode for years. Stress became familiar. Worry became normal. Chaos became routine. And then when peace finally appears, they almost don't know what to do with it. Have you noticed that? Sometimes things become calm, and your mind immediately starts searching for a problem. It's like the brain says, wait, are we safe? This feels suspicious. But peace is not suspicious. Peace is healthy. Joy is healthy. Rest is healthy. Receiving support is healthy. You do not need to feel guilty for experiencing ease. You do not need to apologize for wanting a softer life. You are allowed to enjoy your life while healing. In fact, joy itself is healing. Laughter heals. Rest heals. Hope heals. Love heals. Presence heals. This very moment can heal. So let's pause together again. Breathe in slowly, and as you exhale, imagine releasing pressure from your body. Release the need to force everything. Release the need to know every answer. Release the fear that something bad is always about to happen. And say, I trust life more each day. I allow good things to come easily. I deserve peace. I deserve joy. I deserve support. Everything is working in my favor now. Beautiful. You know what changes everything? Gratitude. Not fake positivity. Not pretending pain doesn't exist. Real gratitude. The kind that notices small blessings even during imperfect seasons. Because life is still happening in beautiful ways around you. There is still beauty available today. There is still laughter available today. There is still love available today. Sometimes we become so focused on the big miracle, we overlook the little miracles already surrounding us. The warm drink in your hands, the quiet moment in the morning, the fact that your heart keeps beating, the people who care about you, the lessons that strengthened you, the strength you gained from surviving difficult seasons. None of that is small. One morning during a particularly difficult chapter in my life, I sat outside with a cup of tea, feeling completely overwhelmed. I remember looking at the sky and thinking, I don't know how everything will work out. And then another thought came gently into my heart. You do not have to know how. You only have to believe it is possible. That softened something inside me immediately. Because so often we delay peace waiting for certainty. But certainty is not always available. Trust is, and trust will carry you farther than fear ever could. Fear contracts your life. Trust expands it. Fear says, what if I fail? Trust says, what if it works out beautifully? Fear says, I'm alone. Trust says, life is supporting me. Fear says, it's too late. Trust says, everything unfolds in divine timing. My dear friend, stop speaking endings over situations that may only be beginning. Some chapters feel confusing right before the breakthrough arrives. Some mornings feel heavy right before clarity returns. Some delays are secretly preparing you for something far better than what you originally asked for. Trust the process. And please stop comparing your timeline to everyone else's. Comparison steals peace so quickly. You are not supposed to have the exact same journey as someone else. Your timing is unique. Your healing is unique. Your path is unique. Flowers bloom at different times and still become beautiful. And social media has made people feel like they are failing simply because their lives do not look perfect 24 hours a day. Meanwhile, half those people posting "living my best life" are eating cereal over the sink in sweatpants 5 minutes later, just like the rest of us. Do not measure your worth against curated moments. Real life is messy sometimes, and that's okay. You are still worthy. You are still valuable. You are still enough, even while growing, even while learning, even while healing, especially then. Now let's ground ourselves in truth again. Repeat slowly, I am worthy of beautiful things. I trust the journey of my life. I am attracting opportunities, love, and abundance. I choose peace over fear. I release struggle. Everything is working in my favor now. Again, everything is working in my favor now. Feel that, not as empty words, but as a new agreement with life. Because your mind is always listening to you. Your body is listening. Your heart is listening. Your energy is listening. Speak to yourself accordingly. Speak to yourself like someone worth encouraging. One of the most powerful things you can do each morning is ask yourself, how can I support myself today? Not punish yourself, not pressure yourself. Support yourself. Maybe support looks like rest. Maybe support looks like drinking more water. Maybe support looks like finally applying for that opportunity. Maybe support looks like forgiving yourself. Maybe support looks like asking for help. Maybe support looks like simply getting through the day with kindness. All of it matters. And remember this, small progress is still progress. Tiny healing is still healing. A better thought is still a breakthrough. Do not underestimate the power of one peaceful morning repeated consistently. That is how lives change. Not always through dramatic overnight transformations, but through gentle daily shifts, one loving thought at a time, one peaceful breath at a time, one new belief at a time. And today, you planted new beliefs. Today, you reminded yourself that life is not your enemy. Today, you remembered that support exists. Today, you opened the door to possibility again. Be proud of that. And as you move through your day, carry this energy with you. Walk a little slower, breathe a little deeper, smile a little more, trust a little more. Expect beautiful things. Expect moments of peace. Expect unexpected blessings. Expect clarity. Expect opportunities. Expect healing. Expect joy. Life responds powerfully to expectation. And before we finish together today, I want you to say this one final time with feeling, with openness, with hope. Everything is working in my favor now. Again, everything is working in my favor now. Yes? Hold on to that today. And if this message touched your heart, stay connected here. Leave a comment sharing one blessing you are calling into your life. Read through the comments too, because healing grows beautifully in community. And if you want more mornings filled with peace, encouragement, healing, and high vibe affirmations, make sure you subscribe and come back again tomorrow. Your new chapter is already unfolding, and I truly believe beautiful things are on their way to you.